two games you've had a run.
Pedro Neto's 70th minute goal was just enough to seal that very draw for Chelsea. Gabriel Martinelli goal to end Arsenal and Chelsea like a 1-1 apiece. They had to go with that very one, and the Premier League game was very interesting. After a fairly eventless opening hour, the game was leaving up by Gabriel Martinelli, getting into the end of the ball from Martin Odegaard with the Norwegian, making his first start since August before firing his shot inside Robert Sanchez near post in that very game played yesterday. Pedro Neto, good player, equalized just 10 minutes later with a fine cross from range. The first goal since scoring for Chelsea from his move from Wolverhampton in the summer. Arsenal almost won it with the last kick of the game, and then William Saliba played an inviting ball cross the Chelsea box, but Leandro Trossard poked wide and leave Arsenal and Chelsea level on point in fourth and third place respectively, and 9 points behind Premier League leaders Liverpool. Moving on, Chelsea end the day in the top 3 place of the Premier League table with the first time. And this is the first time since the final day of the 2021-22 season where they finished in the third place behind Manchester City and Liverpool. And that's a very big game, you can see. That game was so interesting. We'll give you more of the analysis of that very match just as the show goes on. Now, let's let you know that Atalanta are looking to keep Ademola Lookman at the club by offering the winger a new improved contract. The Nigerian international was tempted by interest from Liga champion side Paris Saint-Germain in the summer. But Arsenal are also keen on the player's radar. The 27-year-old has been one of the best performers for the Giampiero Gasparini side this season. The talented winger impressive form has earned him a 14th place finish in the Ballon d'Or 2024 ranking. According to reports, Atalanta are willing to double his salary, and that's reported €3.5 million, a move to keep him on the club. Lookman, who joined the side from Bundesliga side RB Leipzig in 2022, had 2 years remaining on his contract. So he has 2 years remaining on this contract, and we wait to know how that goes. Hello and welcome to the Sports Republic show and Voice of the People TV. It's a very big day. I remain your host, and you know my name is Kizike. I have with me our guest on the show this beautiful Monday morning. Feeling very grateful that you're joining me so we can talk this through. Ikechukwu is in the building alongside MM, and then MM is making his debut on the show for the first time today, but we'll keep him on the sideline. We start up with the show, camera comes and camera opens on Ikechukwu, the man who will be doing so justice to everything football on the show and then sports as well. And then later on, you hear the voice of MM. He's also here in the studio with us. Ike, great to have you. Feeling very great to have you this beautiful morning. Good morning.
Good morning to our viewers, and of course, good morning to you, Kizzy, and of course, Amen.
Okay, yes. MM, you're villain. MM just in the sideline. All right, so let's talk about MM is on the show. You might be wondering what's the name like. MM, it's not me to celebrate. It's not me to explain. It's not me to expatiate more about what the name implies. But later, you have to know. MM is in the building. MM, great to have you join us this morning on the Sports Public Show. Welcome.
Good morning to all our viewers. Good morning to everybody in the studio.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be here. My name is MM. And like Kizik said, I'm making my debut. This is my first time on Sports Republic, and I'm very happy to be here. And of course, it's the best place to be after a very eventful sporting weekend. And like Kizik would say, my team and I are so strong, nobody can mark us like Rashford.
Okay, so that's the word I like to use on the radio. You already know that. But let's start up the show because it feels like a show that will have some fight. I don't know, but I'm just saying, when I mean fights, the game does not call this fight. It's actually called banters, but just maybe. But let's take it back to the games that were played very soon. Is it back? Ahead of time. Now, Super Eagles return to Nigeria in charter flight, and that's for Friday. That's how they'll be making a return. But Super Eagles return back to Uyo Akwa Ibom State on Friday morning in a charter flight, a day after their encounter with Benin Republic and that's in Abidjan. The charter flight will also fly into Abidjan on match day for Thursday and the following day to make it back home. Now, the flight would have returned on match day to Nigeria, but for the fact that the airport in Uyo cannot accommodate last late night flight, it means the Super Eagles would have to just go in that very way. Now, the battle in that game is big, and we already know Nigeria will play against Benin Republic in a neutral ground, and we are still on top of the Group D with 10 points from 4 matches. Now, moving away from that, letting you know the way to unfold at this point in time in camp. 2 early birds arrived in Abidjan, we have Nazareth United defender William what's his name? William Collins, or Victor Collins, better word, and New England Revolution midfielder Alassane Yusuf are 2 early bets to arrive Super Eagles camp on Monday. Sorry for that. Got me stuttering. The name Victor Collins, William Troost-Ekong and those stuff. So Collins is Nazareth United and Alassane Yusuf is in the team. Now, according to report, the USA-based player Alassane Yusuf will travel from Kano to Abuja, from where he heads to Abidjan alongside new invitee Victor Collins. Collins is being invited for the first time, and he's the only MPFL player in that very, very list. Now, moving on, Daniel Ogumba today. Let's talk about the third story we have here on the show because we have some analysis to bring to you. Super Eagles won't get too confident, and that's coming from Remo star coach. Super Eagles assistant coach Daniel Ogumba today, they like to call him a Jabal, said that the team would not approach their remaining 2 African Cup of Nations qualifier with complacency despite needing just 1 point to secure a ticket. As the Super Eagles prepare for the final match of the AFCON, the team will officially open camp, and that's for November 11, which is today. So let me quote Ogumba today before we do some talk on the show. He says, for every match, we want to go and take it on like a final. We want to win all matches. I'm not even aware if we just need a point. The mentality Eguavoen has instilled in us is that we must win every game regardless of how it is, and we don't care. The point or no point, we just need to win every game. Now, back to the show now. Let's talk, guys. Welcome again. I'd like to start with you, before we get into this controversial talk. The Super Eagles team preparation, how well do you think we are for this game? Knowing fully well that we already have the points that we need to be in Marrakesh, Morocco. But then, are we going to get the result right? 6 points. Are we going to pick 6 points in these 2 games? Are we just going to say a draw and a loss? Because we know that, yes, nothing stops us from making it there.
I think that it's very important that Nigeria plays a very good game, especially in the first leg.
Right.
Secure your qualification. Then in the second leg, you can now decide that, okay, I want to give the fringe players that are not really making the first team, the chance to show themselves too, because that would basically be a dead drop. We've already qualified already. But I like what the assistant coach said. He must not approach this game with complacency. He must not use this game to play. Now, if you use this game to play, the implication is that there'll be pressure on you in the second leg, although you are going to play in it in Nigeria, but you'll be under pressure. So it's important that we play very good in the first leg.
Okay, so you can tell me about that. Super Eagles, how prepared, how ready are we for this very one?
Of course, we are at the top of the group, so we just need a point. And of course, it's also good to approach every game like a final.
Yeah.
That's the mentality. I like that particular statement from Ogumba Dede, saying Eguavoen has really instilled that in them. That's just a sure way to go, because sometimes you cannot be too sure in football. You might think it's just 1 point against minors, and then those minors becomes elephants in those 2 games, and then you end up losing out.
Okay, so let's talk about a very big one that's really causing a lot of problems out there. And then his mouth said, not too good. Did they talk about you? Did they say you're not even supposed to do the team? You wait till they now go see the post. Now, let's talk about this man. I don't like to say the informed player because he's not in any form for me. Sadiq Umar. His call up to the Super Eagles for the AFCON qualifier against Benin and Rwanda has generated a lot of controversy. The Real Sociedad striker has yet to score a goal for his club side this season, and his game time has been limited. Yesterday, we saw the game where Real Sociedad playing at home Arena against the Barcelona side with Hansi Flick knowing how to do the job well. There was no Lamine Yamal, and at some point you can now say somehow the Barcelona setup is building the team around Lamine Yamal. He was not on the game for yesterday, but Becker stole the show, and Real Sociedad got the result right. But that's not the point. I give them some credit because as it stands now, they are like the second team that's won Barcelona in the La Liga EA Sports. But I bring it back to the Nigerian national team. One man, he's just the one people are talking about. Big fight from presenters, journalists, sport personalities. No one is really happy. I don't want to say no one, but majority of the people are saying no. He should not be called in the national team because he was picked ahead of the likes of the Belgian Jubilee Pro League player, leading the scorer charts, Tolu Arokodare as well. My friend Cyril Deza, who has also netted 9 goals for Scottish Giant Rangers, and Chuba Akpom doing well for the Dutch side Ajax Amsterdam, prolific player. But the social media user lamented that invitations to the Super Eagles are no longer based on merit. Sadiq Umar was not shy to respond to these accusations. And Sadiq said, "We'll get you that one." And he posted it on social media. You see, in mouth not good. If you want, we go bring intro back. Me not hearing the talk. Sadiq, you now see that post. He marked. He just said he paying you. The striker replied with emojis on the face of it, like that's the post. You can see the post. You see that. You can see that emoji. That's the face of a clown and with a sad face. Who is he telling this? I don't even know. But allegations are raised that despite his lack of numbers, the striker has some powerful backers at the NFF. Please, it's not me. This is according to reports. And he himself has often boasted about his national team training camp. It will also be recalled that Sadiq Umar caused a major stir before the 2023 AFCON earlier this year in Côte d'Ivoire, where he alleged that he was unfairly dropped from the final squad due to a knee injury he suffered in the tournament friendly. Now, moving on, Sadiq Umar, anyhow you want to say it, he is in that team. And then Eguavoen selection is causing a whole lot of mouth waggling, raising eyebrows. People are saying, how do you go from here? Like I talked to you now, the Jubilant Pro League, the Belgium League, Tolu Arokodare, who is saying, yes, I'm here. Call me up anytime I want to play for the national team. I mean, they call you and I mean, I carry me go. I want to play for Nigeria. I know a lot of big name strikers are doing well for themselves in their club side, but these ones for me feel like the closest. And I begin to wonder why a player like Cyril Desas is not in that very list. But Ikechukwu was just saying some things as I last week saying his time will come. And I don't like that word. That word takes me back to say, if you know say you be HR, where you say person can't do interview, you know say the person don't fail. Why you tell and say we'll get back to you? You know say not do well. Me can't go there fast and pray. Tell and say you don't lose this work. Not be say we'll get back to you. That will get back to you the Koswala. You are telling me his time will come. Someone is scoring goals. Yesterday again, Cyril Desas proved, it's not just Nigerians now, it's Eguavoen, because I don't know why the manager is not saying, he's not looking his way, and I will not be surprised if he does not make it to Nations Cup come Marrakesh, Morocco. But let's talk about this through, and then I'll start with Ikechukwu about inclusion of Sadiq Umar. Do you have any problem with that man's you're laughing. You like him. You like Sadiq. I don't know why. Tell me.
Okay, sincerely, I don't have any problem with it. I'll say it again. I don't have an ounce of problem with Sadiq Umar's invitation to the camp. First of all, he's been part of the setup before. Like I said before, you know, sometimes when a coach builds a team, when there's a team, there are certain things you look out for.
Yeah.
You know, yes, talent is very important. Form is also very important. But of course, the character of the players in the camp is also very important.
Okay.
Now, I'll give you an example. You know, in 2013, after I won the Nations Cup, where did we win?
2013?
Yes, 2013.
Stephen Keshi.
Yes, Stephen Keshi.
Right.
Yeah. You know, the then media officer of the Super Eagles, Ben Alaya, late Ben Alaya, you know, he was having a chit-chat, you know, with Mr. Frank Elaboya.
Yeah.
I was, you know, opportune to be in that room.
Okay.
And one of the things he said was that after the game, after the final, you know, these guys were still in the jubilating mood in the room. And then the big boss stepped in. They called him the big boss. And I said, you know, going forward, many of you might not be invited into this team again.
He said it?
You said it.
After the tournament?
After the tournament.
Okay.
So now, it takes your mind back, you know, that it is the job of the coach. He's seen them. He knows that some of you cannot be part of this team if you want to move to the next level.
That's how it works, though.
That's how it works.
Time, yeah.
Now, this is Sadiq Umar. He's been part of the team before. He got an invite. He might not be as hot as Tosin and Siri.
Yeah.
But of course, he's been there before. He's had the experience.
What do you mean he's been there before?
See, he might not even play.
Okay, don't tell me. See,
my problem.
Don't tell me he might not play.
Wait.
Don't say he might not play. The question is his inclusion in the squad. Is it justifiable? What are the criteria? This is the question for you. What are the criteria to bring in a player to the national team? Experience. Okay.
Is very, very key.
Okay.
And of course, you look at
experience even if you're in the bench.
Wait now. You ask me the criteria.
Okay, go on.
Experience is key.
Right.
The level you are playing in, or the level you're playing at, the league. I mean, he's playing in a bigger stage compared to Syria and the likes of Arokodare that we're expecting them to invite. I'm not saying they won't have their time to play, but I'm saying these are the things you consider. You cannot tell me because somebody is red hot somewhere in Qatar or Somalia, and he should be invited over someone who is in Division 2 in England on the bench.
Don't you think? No, I think you're underrating.
No,
I think you're underrating.
The man that is putting him on the bench,
okay,
is a key player for the Spanish national team.
About.
That's what we are saying now.
But I don't. Okay, see, we don't care. Nigerians don't care about this. Let's be realistic. This squad is questionable. Some of the players, not all.
Okay.
Now let me say this. Why people are talking about this? Why this is raising eyebrows? Why concerns are here is that Sadiq Umar has no goal, no assist in club side football La Liga. Hold on. Now you talk about rating of club side. You talk about I know La Liga is in the top 5 football. You could say top 4, right? Now, what happens to a player who is in that top? It's just like playing for Real Madrid and not getting a start. Now, you want to disrespect a player. Sorry, because when you say you belittle the Scottish League somehow.
I didn't believe it is their place compared to the La Liga. I didn't believe it.
But you cannot
we
compare
both know it now.
a guy who's playing. See, Aroko Dari Tolu is playing the Jubilee Pro League, scoring a lot of goals. Let me even leave him on the side.
Okay.
He has not been called up before. Cyril Deza has been here before.
Yeah.
He's already committed. Now he's banging in goals. Yesterday again, he scored. Week in, week out, he's scoring goals. What is the criteria? Why would a player be playing well on the outside and not look
Now,
at?
interestingly, you mentioned that he's been invited before. Now, let's look at the both of them.
Not Eguavoen, though.
No, yes, that's what I'm saying. Let's look at the both of them. The last time they got an invite, who impressed us the most?
Who impressed us the most?
Yes, Cyril Deza.
Omaru has gotten more time. No, that's the truth.
What I'm saying is, of course, he got more time because of the first time he came, he impressed.
Let me even ask you this question.
He impressed
between these two guys, who has done well so far in the last 3 years?
In their club.
Yes, club-wise. Last 5 years, take it back.
We are talking about national team football.
I'm asking you a question.
No, if he moved to Spain, or if he's in the...
No, that's if.
No, that's if.
No. The question is this. You can't compare. It's like an apple.
The question is simple.
No, it's an apple and orange conversation. You know why?
Wait, okay.
You cannot say because Cyril Deza is doing very well in a lesser league compared to the this is the truth now.
Okay, go on.
We both know this is the truth now.
Right.
Because he's doing very well in a lesser league compared to Sadiq Umar, you are now saying, okay, he's better. No. If he were playing...
It's football form. Football is not form.
I'm coming. You only judge forms if they are playing on the same pedestal. They're not.
But I think I would disagree with you on the part where you talk about Cyril Deza, you use lesser. This guy he plays European tournament to club side and also he's scoring goals.
See how many European tournament games has he played?
Yeah, if you talk about lesser, okay, now sorry, let's bring it to Osimhen. Sorry to say.
Let's even look at Mbappe.
Let's talk about Osimhen. Galatasaray, Bayer Leverkusen for you. Which will you rate?
No, see, for Osimhen, hold on. For Osimhen's case.
No, leave Osimhen.
No.
Galatasaray and Leverkusen, which will you rate higher?
Let me tell you, for Osimhen's case, do you know why it's peculiar? Osimhen's case is different because he has played in a top flight league before.
Okay.
We saw, this is just him moving to Turkey. This is just less than 3 months in Turkey. So we can say that he has proven his antecedent in a bigger league.
Okay.
So going to Osimhen, that's why I said that if Osimhen is not getting up to 6 goals at this point, there's a problem.
Okay.
Because the league is comparatively smaller compared to us.
It's obvious that Ikechukwu is standing. I don't want to say he's standing on the wrong path. But my point is, no disrespect to Sadiq Umar. I don't have a problem with Sadiq. But my point is, I just think players who are doing well, club side, if that's the criteria to look out for players. Because when you ask some people, they say, why is Ihana in the team? They tell you he's a national team player. They don't get who they born stamp saying, now you get national team. We've seen managers come to make selections. If you're not doing well in your club side, no one is looking your way. Barros Zagallo did it in his time. All of these players, Marcelo Lippi, also, when you watch these guys, I don't know what Eguavoen uses to this own, but I'm just saying, Sadiq Umar's inclusion is quite questionable. But tell me, Livi Ikechukwu, tell me your own.
Now, let me first agree with some part of what Ikechukwu said. I like the fact that he's mentioned team bonding. You know, you have been in the team before. You don't want to remove, you don't want to take away that, the synergy that is already there. But it's important that you also give players priority based on form, because you can't tell me that now you mentioned something that I didn't really agree with. He mentioned Somalia.
Yeah.
He mentioned Qatar. Like, as if the Scottish league is on the level as that.
Okay.
No, when you are mentioning lesser leagues, I don't think you can put Scottish league in that bracket.
It is
a good league. It is a good league. That's the point. It is a good league. And Cyril Deza, at this point, with the form that Sadiq Umar is even in form. He's not playing. When you are playing, we look at it.
Okay.
So Cyril Deza is doing well. He's into double figures now. With the goal he scored yesterday now, he's now into 10 goals. And you're telling me you cannot get a call.
I'm not saying you cannot get a call up. You need to understand me. See, Kizzy, Kylian Mbappe was on fire in France. Week in, week out, however it is, you see him, he does it. Even when he doesn't score, he's playing the game. He plays very well.
Yeah.
In Spain, He has scored some goals. It's not like he hasn't scored at all. But we know that there's something off about how he even plays.
Okay.
Now, we are talking about him moving up to a bigger stage.
What, you're talking about Cyril?
No, I'm talking about Kylian. I'm giving an example with...
I can't wait for you to bring it back to Nigeria.
So now, looking at Cyril and Umar, this guy is playing in a more competitive league. Wait now.
Do you know, wait,
no.
Do you know why this is not making...
What I said, wait,
why this thing is not making...
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you one question.
Okay.
A 40-goal scorer in Scottish League, is it the same thing as a 40-goal scorer in La Liga?
Never would be. You can't compare. There's
Which one is bigger?
La Liga, why not?
Good. Now, what I'm saying is this. Cyril Deza getting all of these opportunities, these goals he's getting. Yes, I know. Okay,
hard work.
We can argue that that his level is bigger than Scottish League. But there's no way we can find out until he step out of that zone.
Okay, let me put you on. Let me put him on the spot. Let me put you on the spot. Okay. 10 goals. You mentioned 40 goals in Scottish League and 40 goals in the La Liga. Yeah. That's okay. They are not the same thing. Okay, 10 goals in Scottish League and 0 goals in La Liga. Which one?
That's what I'm saying.
What about that? Answer this question.
It's almost the same thing.
It's almost the same thing.
I'll tell you why.
Wait,
let me tell you why I said it's almost the same thing.
Before you give a point, please ask him the question again. We're on national TV, so we can go back to this.
When he was talking, he mentioned 40 goals in La Liga and 40 goals in Scottish League. He said they are not the same.
They are not the same.
We agree. Now, I'm putting you on the spot right now. 10 goals in Scottish League and 0 goals in La Liga.
They are not the same thing.
Compare.
It's almost the same thing.
How?
I'll tell you how. Now, wait. Now, in European rating.
Okay.
In European rating, you can fact check me. In European rating, Spain, England, Germany, and Spain, England, Germany, Italy. Their goals is 2. If you score 1 goal, it's 2. In France and other leagues behind, it's 1.5. So do the math.
Let me tell you. Okay.
So 1.5 times 10 is 15. 0 times 0 is 0.
No, that's not how you do it.
0 times 10
That's not how you do it.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
That's the math.
No!
Okay, wait. We are turning this...
We are looking at 40.
No, guys, see.
Do 40,
we are turning
1.5.
We are turning this
No, we're
conversation...
talking 10 and 0.
Yes, no. 1.5 and 40.
Ikechukwu, we are turning these conversations... I think Ikechukwu wants it to go the other way because he knows it's not making any sense for me here. Let's be realistic. Sorry to use the word, but it's not making any point for me. Let's say this, and let's say it correctly. We are talking about a man. I respect him. He's in the big club. He's in Real Sociedad. He's talk about big. Even when, or just about the man benching him. You know Sadiq Umar is third fiddle. Not my second fiddle. The man benching him. When Ojabal got off yesterday, Sadiq Umar still wear trouser.
No,
wait.
You might not.
No, wait. You cannot. I don't know. I like you state your point clear.
Okay.
Is it okay that a player who is scoring goals in Europe is not looked out? Let's be realistic.
It's actually
this as human. If you were in his shoes, is it okay that a player who is playing well, scoring goals in club side, Shuba Akum? I'm not talking about Shuba Akum now. Okay. I'm not talking about Aroko Dari, but Cyril Deza. Every day they put him out. Last week we talked about it. He scored. Yesterday, you come like say we go talk today. He doesn't score. You not agree, shut up. You know the respect person.
See.
Eh?
This is not me. Wait, calm down. Cyril Deza is good. I'm not saying it's not good.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that if you are comparing the both of them and looking at where they come, if Cyril Deza is in Spain in this guy's shoe, there's no way he's going to start ahead of Osimhen. This is fact.
Stop bringing this one.
No, this is a fact we both know. See. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
A player sitting on a bench behind Cristiano Ronaldo and a player sitting on the bench behind Marcus Rashford. I did the same thing. Okay,
please. Let's quickly do a throwback to Sadiq Umar. Bring it back to me. Let's have Sadiq Umar throwback on the show. If you don't know who we're talking about, you need to know he plays for Real Sociedad. He used to be a very good player at that time. Not like he's bad. Junior category, he did so well. We know how he's been the national team. Good call-up. I'm happy he's back to the team. But if you want to justify, you want to ask questions, is it worth asking questions? Of course, yes. Why not? Let me get a throwback of Cyril Deza. Not Cyril Deza. Or Sadiq Umar back when he returned to Nigeria and what he has got to say back then, and then we'll bring it forward again. Enjoy.
Yeah, I feel good, even though I don't have much time, but this is national team. Even if you get 1 minute, you have to appreciate it, and I'm grateful, and I hope the best is yet to come.
Finally, you're part of the team. You've been called up twice, but due to club involvement, but finally you're here at a major tournament. Tell us about the team, the bonding, in the team and everybody.
Yeah, it's a good group. Everyone. We're all trying to help each other. Like you see, this is my first time here, and I'm trying to push myself more into the group, and I feel okay. And
all right, so Guinea-Bissau next game. What are you looking forward to in that game?
yeah, every game in this competition is a hard game, is a different game, but we always try to go out with the same mentality from day one, and we'll give everything.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Umar is on both players on different levels, and this like a throwback of the last time he was back to, and he said a minute you will take it. Okay, with how now knowing fully well that Sadiq Umar has even said to the people he paying you, not be saying at me tell you because if not sitting the pay, well, not paying me, no concern me. You don't say they pay me, but knowing fully well that Sadiq Umar, knowing fully well that a lot of people are talking about him, and then some people are not happy. Majority of people are saying why should he be called up? How would he go into this game if he's opportune to be starting maybe a Rwanda or Benin side?
Simple. Shut up the fans.
By
scoring a goal. By scoring a goal. Get a brace or an hat-trick. Tell them I'm still the man. This is what the likes of Zlatan Ibrahimovic is known for.
Yeah.
You say certain things about them. When they go on the pitch, they get the job done. Mario Balotelli comes on the pitch and then he gets his goals. Why always me? He does the King Kong jubilation. This is what makes certain players, God. Sadiq Umar is, I'll tell you again, is one fantastic player that I've seen. Sometimes players might drop form due to certain reasons. Yes, and of course, it's so unfortunate that he's part of the Super Eagles setup where we have, Victor Osimhen and of course Victor Boniface, who are actually, the best players of attack that we had at the moment. But then I want to see him. Thank God we are playing against a team that are, comparatively lesser than, what we would expect.
Okay.
In Africa.
All right. So why does the Sadiq Umar maybe next? I will not be surprised if Paul Onacho is also scoring goals. Yes. Let's talk about William Troost-Ekong on the show now. He's been honored with a special award at the African Nations Football Award (ANFA) ceremony held in Cairo, Egypt, recognizing his exceptional performance at the AFCON 2023. In Ivory Coast. Troost-Ekong earned the award for his stand-up role in the tournament, where he scored 3 goals, including a crucial strike in the final, although Nigeria ultimately fell 2-1 to host country Ivory Coast. Throughout the competition, he was commanding presence in the defense line, leading Super Eagles to 4 clean sheets and demonstrating remarkable leadership on the pitch. That's a Pesero thing you need to know. Now, before his gameplay, his impressive display and everything you can say, Troost-Ekong was named player of the tournament, the 4th defender to receive the honor in over 20 years, and secured a place in the team of the tournament, acknowledging recognition on his ex, formerly known as Twitter account. Ekong, expressed his gratitude, posting a photo of himself and then saying, "I'm happy for this very, very one." But let me say this. Let's talk about these guys. Good one. In addition to the ANFA award, Ekong is also in the running for the 2024 CAF Men's Player of the Year. He will compete with his teammate, Demola Lookman. Good to see both Nigerians competing against themselves. But guys, let's talk about it. Let me ask you this question first. Is there anything that will make Ademola Lookman not win the CAF award?
No, nothing. Nothing that I can see, but this is Africa.
What do you mean? I don't know what's happening in Africa. What's happening in Africa?
At times, we expect one particular player to win, and then, voting sometimes does not go in that player's favor, and it goes in another person's favor. Also, because of the fact that, Troost-Ekong won the CAF player of the tournament. Because he won the CAF player of the tournament, it's possible that, some journalists tend to tilt towards him. But all fair and square.
Has he done enough to win? Has he done enough? Has he done enough to win the CAF best player ahead of Lookman and Ademola?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely no. That's what Tell me about this.
These are very key indices when you want to give award. That's why I talk about national competition and national assignment. It's very important that when these things happen, you look at so many factors. I'll give you an example. In 2013, the reason why Mikel was not the best player in Africa is because the Burkinabe player, their maestro in the midfield, talking about Jonathan Pietrepa, was the best player in that tournament. And that was why he lost narrowly to Yaya Toure in the African football.
That displaced him.
Yes, that's what happened. If Mikel had won the best player in that tournament, he would have arguably won African football.
So tell me, if we have won the Nations Cup, Troost-Ekong automatically?
Of course, he will most likely win it at the end of the day. But as it is now that we didn't win it, that's why we see Ademola Lookman, appear as a favorite because he has won a bigger trophy compared to Troost-Ekong. We didn't win the AFCON. So that's why I say that Ademola Lookman is, in pole position to actually win this particular award.
Okay, so I'll take it from you, Ike, believing that you're trying to say the European scene has made him having the small edge to say.
A bigger trophy. A
bigger trophy. All right, let's talk about huge return. Victor Osimhen in the news. Osimhen is on fire. See, you get when they go talk about striker, be like, say person not good. Osimhen good though. Forget say all this thing. Osimhen, you can't go Osimhen they score. No be person mate to. Osimhen they play ball. Forget to. See go away score against Samsung. Yesterday, even though I know some people white paper won't. You know understand? But still doing 2-4. They scored, and then he went off. Bashari came in and still scored. But I love the celebration about that. Now, we'll talk about it, to Mauro Icardi, who got an ACL injured in that very game. But Osimhen is so much on fire. Super Eagles forward Victor Osimhen is set to rejoin this national side after being named in the Eguavoen squad for the upcoming AFCON qualifier against Benin Republic and Rwanda, respectively. Osimhen missed Nigerian recent doubleheader against Libya, but returns in top form after impressive performance for that Galatasaray Turkey side. Ahead of the Super Eagles crucial matches, Osimhen scored twice in Galatasaray trailing 3-2 win over Samsunspor, which sees him as a confident boost to the national team. And back again after the game, the Napoli-owned striker expresses excitement and confidence following the strong showing. Reflecting on the match, Osimhen highlighted how the victory lifted his and his teammates' spirit as they prepare to join their respective national side. Victor Osimhen is what he said. The victory was important. We will go to the Super Eagles with this self-confidence when we return. We have the power to win every match. Osimhen, who also was quickly, he's now become the fan favorite. And the new style now where they get, I'm never surprised. If you don't go score goal now, we're not going to meet fans. Go put your head there. I don't know where they enter. Now, he has dedicated his goal to his own, player. Talk about his teammate, Umar Sadiq, and saying, get well soon. Let me quote him again. He said, I am very happy at Galatasaray. The fans love me very much, and I dedicate the victory to them. He's a man on fire. How do we go into this very game knowing that the Osimhen is back to the national team? Is this a big boost for us?
I still think Osimhen deserves to apologize to Finidi George.
You think so?
Yeah, I think.
Have we not gone past that one? I'm just saying.
It goes back to the same thing I talked about, lack of respect for our national team. What happened with him and
Finidi George?
Antonio Conte? Why didn't he go on Facebook Live or whatever platform?
Oh, and that was big as well.
Of course. So you see what I'm saying. If he doesn't apologize, trust me, another person will do something worse. And this is why. But of course, let's talk about the game. Osimhen is obviously, we're not just going to talk about his quality. He's immense for the Super Eagles, and his presence also is going to really boost the team. Nigeria is definitely going to get this one. Like I said, I hope to see Sadiq Umar get a goal or two.
I don't know.
I don't know
how much. See, you love Sadiq Umar. When did this love start? Sadiq Umar, you're just saying.
I'm supposed to love Super Eagles.
I'm not saying you should. I love him too.
If Siridreza got an invite, I would love him.
You're happy about Sadiq Umar. You just sweet you. Why? Yeah. You like as a take column. Every conversation.
I think he deserves another chance to prove Sadiq Umar. Yes, to prove he's actually good. He's going to score. Quote me on this. We'll come back to this. Ike said this.
So when he scores, he's silencing who?
Silencing you too.
I mean, I've not said I don't like him.
You're questioning his.
I'm just saying.
He's silencing those who are questioning his invitation.
Ike, let me ask you this question. If you be coach, forget this Nigeria setup team. If you are a coach,
I'll invite Sadiq Umar.
How? I never thought finish not talk. Okay, now quickly let's talk about this one. Former Super Eagles coach reveals what Maduka Okoye must do to displace Nwabali. But before we get to this place, I would love to bring that video again, Sadiq Umar, where he talked about the opportunity where you get it. The last time he was part of the Super Eagles squad during the training session, someone like me just walked up to him and said, Sadiq, how do you feel? Blah, 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 blah. He's raising controversy. Now, his name just there everywhere now. And the post where can go post, not even the surprise people, he paying you. Bring me that video. Let's enjoy that video. Please stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
2 games, you've had a run out in those 2 games. Tell us how you feel after those games.
Yeah, I feel good, even though I don't have much time, but this is national team. Even if you get 1 minute, you have to appreciate it, and I'm grateful, and I hope the best is yet to come.
Finally, you're part of the team. You've been called up twice, but due to club involvement, but finally you're here at a major tournament. Tell us about the team, the bonding, in the team and everybody.
Yeah, it's a good group. Everyone. We're all trying to help each other. Like you see, this is my first time here, and I'm trying to push myself more into the group, and I feel okay. And
all right, so Guinea-Bissau next game. What are you looking forward to in that game?
Yeah, every game in this competition is a hard game, is a different game, but we always try to go out with the same mentality from day one. And
Umar is the man everyone's talking about at this point in time. That was a throwback to Sadiq Umar. The other time he was invited. I just like the way he sounds and he talks. I'm just a fan of how he talks. Just to say, I think he have that Northern talk about him. But that man, they get person, they get person time move. As enjoy the talk and so just to be. But let's talk about this man. If the goalpost is done by fine boy, no pimple, Sadiq Umar should be number one. No disrespect to Wabali. But let's... Why are you laughing now? Wait, why are you laughing now? I just made a point. I said, if the goalpost should be man, like, who go they post? Now, my fine boy, they won't look. Now, you go they post. Why not they laugh?
What made me laugh was then he said, no disrespect to the man. After disrespecting the man.
I'm sorry, apologies. Quickly, let's talk about this one now. Yes, former Super Eagles goalkeeper Aloysius Ozoma Argo, yes, some like to call him Aloy Argo, has commended Sadiq Umar for the significant progress he has made in his career despite earlier setback. Aloy Argo, some like to call him, believes that Okoye has the potentials to become the first choice goalkeeper for the national team, but cautioned that he must remain patient as the current starter, Stanley Wabali, has performed consistently well. I know they like this word patience, but not true. Okoye, who previously held the starting position for the Super Eagles, faced challenges that led to a loss of confidence, better word, from the national team, and then due to a series of error-prone display. With Nigeria, I'm not the carry last so. The time when we say they fire all those shots, when we say, Okoye, girls like him, no, girls like him, but babes, they like him. But that shot, they wipe out, we say, Nigeria will not get joy like that too. See, and they just call that instead don't know, cyberbullying happened, and he could not stand. And then following a difficult period, I saw a shift in the national team goalkeeping hierarchy. The decision, Coach Pesero, my friend, to place his trust in Wabali paid off. And now Wabali is the number one. But Argo Madoka, according to Aloy Argo, he said Madoka has the ability to overcome the difficulty. He just needs to take his time, just relax. It will be difficult, but now time you go take, Stammer go call him Papa name. But I don't know how long where this guy go take wait. Because if now ask me, as now this studio, so I go talk, say, may they just give some kind, this kind of matches, we never qualify, but not qualify. May they give fine boy. I beg, when I carry Okoye come, if I see Okoye face, maybe we don't say, don't say they carry talk about Okoye. Now fine boy says I will keep. It's a big keep, and now he's now the fourth most valuable African goalkeeper. This one I'm back now. My producer, I trust you. If you bring it front, if you shift like this, don't say the editor. You're not going to see him. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Is there anything possible? How possible? He has been here before. Is it possible that Sadiq Umar can get the shirt back?
There's nothing impossible in football. Let me start by saying that. Now, it's going to be difficult for him, but he can get the shirt back. But I don't see that happening like anytime soon, except if Wabali decides to throw that opportunity away. And goalkeeper position is not like the striker's position or the winger's position whereby they will sub you 60 minutes, 70 minutes. Right. The goalkeeper plays 90 minutes. So that's one of the things that makes it difficult for a number two to displace a number one. And personally, I think that Okoye probably didn't, after the criticism and everything, he decided to take a step away from the national team, which was what initially made him lose that spot. Yeah. So right now, he's the one that stepped down from that put. I'll not say step down, but he decided to take a break. And that's what allowed Wabali to come in. So now he has to also struggle because now you leave the space. So you guys struggle to collect that space back.
Okay.
Okoye was actually very young when he became Super Eagles number one. I think about 21 years old.
Yeah.
So I think he's the youngest that have manned the post of Super Eagles in a tournament. So it tells you how young he was at the time. And inexperience, cost him that jersey. Again, you look at Sadiq Umar.
You can say that inexperience cost him that jersey.
Yes, goalkeeper. So you look at Okoye at this era, at this stage of his career, he's advanced. And we know goalkeepers actually grow better as they age. And for Sadiq Umar, I think he really doesn't need to do much other than just continue staying focused. If Okoye can get a bigger team in Italy, say for example, Napoli comes for him and becomes their number one, there's no way he's not going to displace Umar Sadiq.
Really?
Yes.
Can you say that?
I'll tell you. Because at that
wait. Okay, go on.
Because
so
at
it's a club team now.
Yes, because at that time, they'll look at the level they're both playing. They'll give him that chance. Now they are being skeptical. You didn't say he's playing a bigger league, but they'll see, okay, Umar Sadiq is doing just fine. But if he moves to another top team in Europe, a bigger team than he is now, Nigeria or the coach will be forced to give him that chance to really compete. Because just coming to be part of the team for goalkeepers is actually not a way to compete.
Yeah.
But when you come into the team and you're both playing at the same level or a bigger level, then it becomes a big competition. Look at the likes of Austin Ejide, Vincent Nyama, and Dele Anugba at the time.
At that point.
Enyimba, Rangers, before they now moved out, El Ali, France. Now you look at Eto'o Desailly, France, Eto'o Desailly, Enyimba. You look at them at that time, they were actually on the same level. And that's why they were...
You see, you are now coming back to me now. Let's get it right. Let me just hold you. I wish there was a paper I could write down. You said Udinese. Wait, Udinese between and Chippa United, which is bigger?
That's what I said.
Okay, wait, just answer me. Udinese and Chippa United, which are big pass?
No, this your question is actually not fair. It's not fair.
No. See, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, it's actually bigger.
It's bigger.
I think...
I recall when you talk about Sadiq Umar. You talked about the A-class clubs and talk about the Scottish.
But I said something before I mentioned...
No, wait. I'm coming back. I'm not the lawyer, but I hold you well for case. See, this matter now. Chippa United, this guy, you just said the word. You said if Sadiq, what's his name? Oh, sorry. What Maduka Okoye mans the post or eventually gets a bigger club like Juve, Napoli, and Wambali, no matter how good he is in Chippa United, the chance will come for Okoye, right?
They'll be forced to give him a chance to really compete. That's what I said.
So are you trying to say, so you now agree that the club side is the problem, is the reason why he's okay. I think the question is...
let me step in. I think...
Do you understand my question? Why is it... Okay, I don't know. It's very
I understand what you're saying. Ike is kind of contradicting himself.
What you said before.
Yeah, what you said before. Because you said before that if you are already there in the national team, it's not easy to change someone that's already there because of that person is shining.
Well, he got an invite. It's not like he wasn't invited.
Okay, yes,
now Okoye got an invite.
Yeah, but he's not starting.
No, yes, it's different.
For goalkeepers, if they bring you into the team, like you most likely know a second choice striker or third choice striker has a higher chance of playing ahead of you than a second choice goalkeeper. Even a fourth choice striker will play before you.
But our case for Cyril and Umar is the invitation, not that he will be on the bench.
So
guys, let's go for that one quickly. Let's run away from that from the Nigerian news. Just in case you need to know, the MPFL results are still out there. Castina United lost to Ikorodu City. Nazara United lost to Kwara United as well. Drew to Rangers. Heartland 1-0 to Sunshine Stars. Enyimba 0-0 to Remo Stars. That was a big game. Rivers United lost at home to Bayelsa United. Niger Tornadoes 1-0 to Aqua United. Shooting Stars, the oldest MPFL club side, 3-0 against El Kanemi Warriors. Let's quickly go off that one and talk about foreign news. La Liga EA Sports Football Club Barcelona remain on top, ahead of the international break as it comes. What happened yesterday? Do you want to quickly explain this to me, AK? Yesterday, Hansi Flick's side lost, and we'll bring you a picture of a Barcelona fan, a lady in the mix of Real Sociedad people, and they were celebrating, and she was just, I don't know what that girl go find for their mate, whether or love they caused that one. She was just in the mix, and they were doing this pose now. You know this pose now pose, like the pose now, it's called pose now, and this one holding, chanting, and the rest of that. A Barcelona fan was in the mix. She can't do their mate. I don't know, my boyfriend, I be to say that person, I don't know. We'll bring that count down. But when I tell me, Real say that, where Sadiq Umar not start, he not play, he did bench, he wear trousers, walk up and down. Sadiq, not beside they disrespect you, my guy, you are like you, if I see me and you see, they will say talk. But you know they play match, you they carry to neck, your trouser will come, we know they see chance. Now this guy ready for post, now, this guy nice score go as the Becker. He can tell me, Barcelona yesterday, losing that game to say that, is this an opportunity to say that it's now open, the league? Because if Madrid wins their match against Valencia, I remember the Dana Storm, our sympathies are still with them. If Madrid wins that game, to be 3 points adrift, is there space for Barcelona to still climb high before December?
Of course, league football is actually a marathon, not a sprint. And the journey to become a champion, actually, is not an entirely smooth journey. It's usually a journey filled with turbulence, and this is one of the turbulence they will face. Real Madrid, before winning the Champions League last season, they also faced their own sort of turbulence. Winning the La Liga last season, they lost a couple of games too. So it's actually part of being a champion. You go through fire and then you become stronger. Barcelona team have done so well so far. They're quite young. Their coach is actually, this is the very first sport in Spain. So all of this put together will always bring experience. Yes, their key player also is not on the pitch in person of Lamine Yamal. And like I said before, so many of these things will always happen because what the number of games they've played this season and they will play this season is going to be much because last season, they also faced the same thing, ACL and all of that. So many of the key players will be preserved. Some of them might have slight knock. The coach will not want to risk them. International break is coming. So all of these things will always bring... We don't even know what is going to come in after the international break. If Madrid will also suffer one or two problems that will make them lose a couple of games on the bounce.
All right, so let's talk about this now. Can you say that no Lamine Yamal, no Barcelona?
No, I will not say no Yamal, no Barcelona. Yes.
Why did they lose yesterday? Yamal did not play and they lost. Why?
And if we are being honest, the other game they lost to, Yamal started on the bench.
Okay.
So it's very easy to connect the dots. It's very easy to connect the dots.
Right.
But yes, Yamal is a very key part of the way they play. I can easily say he's one of their most creative players. But I believe that if he's out for a while, they will still cope without him. They would miss some of his creativity, but it does not go as far as they will not be able to win games. Real Sociedad, Yamal or no Yamal, was always going to be a tough game, especially away from home. I know Barca are on form, but Real Sociedad was always going to be a tough one because teams like Real Sociedad are the most dangerous. They're not as big as Real Madrid, but they're not small too. You think they can't beat you, but...
All right, so let's quickly jump to the EPL story. Liverpool remains on top ahead of the international break. Good news, Liverpool, Barcelona on their side, they lost yesterday, but we'll bring it back to England now. Liverpool getting result, Arsenal draw, City losing. What's going on? Is this a chance to say yes, Arne Slot will win the league? Can we say that now? Are we going to be quick to judge?
Well, Arne Slot so far has done well. But like I said, he hasn't suffered any major setback in terms of the players he's been using. Gravenberch, Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah, and we can also say for Arnold, he hasn't suffered any of this, key player problem, and he's yet to really, compete against the big teams in England. So yes, so far he's had a smooth ride. We've seen his transition. We've seen that he understands what he wants to do, and I think one of the things that really helped him is that he continued on the club trajectory. Club has built a team already for him, so the pressure of him coming to build a team is actually not there. So just work with what you have and just instill, and these guys are actually hungry. Plus the fact that Manchester City has won the league 4 times on the bounce, and there's this sort of lethargic, attitude towards games. And last season, Manchester City and Arsenal really pushed themselves so hard. That's why you see some of their key players going off injured because of how they played. And again, going into this season, like I said before, many players will suffer injuries, and if it continues this way with injuries for those two teams, I think they might actually just make it at the end of the day.
Okay, so let's talk about Ruud van Nistelrooy in the Premier League. Ruud van Nistelrooy as interim manager so far, 5-2 win against Leicester, 1-1 draw against Chelsea, 2-0 to PAOK Salonika of Greece, 3-0 to Leicester yesterday. The fans are clamoring. Please, let the board keep Ruud van Nistelrooy. Let him not go regardless of money coming. Why, just answer this in a short note. Why does interim managers do so well? They give them space, now they go develop.
No. Yeah.
Tell me.
When you are the interim manager, you are just there. There's this thing that we call new manager bounce. The new manager bounce always takes place, and it works to the advantage. And when you take the job and you now settle down, things start becoming turbulent. But I think that Van Nistelrooy is on a contract, on a 2-year contract as assistant manager, so you definitely.
Okay, so leaving the show, we have the Super League talk. Ibrahim Olawo takes Nigerian celebration to Europe. They call it Ijowolo. I don't know. You can have that. I don't know. That's what it's called. I must give shout out to that man. I could bring it to you so you can see. Ibrahim Olawo, that's the name, takes Nigerian celebration to the Turkish side where Razorspor played against Trabzonspor, where Osimhen is really conquering the league and doing well for himself, and that's how it's been. But guys, we need to go. Thank you so much, MM and Ike, for coming through while I leave our people with this top series. But thank you so much. We'll do this again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
all right, so. Yes, let's quickly wrap up the show with the boxing news emanating. Mike Tyson faces Texas grilling over almost died admission. And it's big to say that regulation has informed World Boxing News that Mike Tyson's recent comments will be investigated. TDLR, communication manager Taylor Goldwyn, Mange responded to WBN questioning over Tyson's safety following the recent revelation in the New York magazine. WBN has sent the full admission for Mike Jackson. But hopefully tomorrow I'll tell you more about this one, about the ulcer, the health, the stamina, whatever. All of this tomorrow will tell you more when we return on the show. Tomorrow we'll do it again. It will be 11 a.m. Nigerian time right here on the Sports Public Show. I remain your host. My name is Kizzy K. I remain the only football player without a jersey. Tomorrow being Tuesday, I'll see you.